Hi everyone, welcome to TVET tutorials. I'm Mr. Mdluli MV. Today we're going to be doing travel office procedures and for chapter number 5, which deals about storage of information. This chapter will assist us in knowing how to store information, where to store, what to use, how to arrange information. So the outcomes of this chapter are to be able to explain the method of classification and cross-referencing, problems of incorrect cross-referencing, how to store information in a correct location, how to use or to store documents to remain so that those documents can remain undamaged, company policies with regards to filing, classify, sort, and record electronic documents according to the company policies. So at the end of this chapter, we need to be able to classify information, do cross-referencing. We need to look at what will happen if we incorrectly cross-reference, how to store information in a correct location, how to store the documents so that they remain undamaged, what policies do certain companies have with regards to filing. We need to classify, sort, and record electronic documents according to the company policies. First of all, we need to look at the classification of information. Information is going to be classified in 3 ways: personal classification, subject classification, and geographical classification. When we talk about personal classification, we are talking about the information that is stored according to the name or surname of people. Subject classification, it's when now files are stored or classified according to subject. Geographical classification, files are being filed or classified according to name of places. So when you look at personal information, we have an example of Mr. Mdluli. The surname, it's Mr. Mdluli. So the information is going to be classified according to a surname. Subject classification, files will be classified according to subjects such as cruise, car rental, cash receipt journal, cash payment journal. Geographical classification, we're now looking at places: South Africa, Mpumalanga, Nelspruit, Limpopo, Gauteng, and the likes. So 3 types of personal or of classification, which is your personal classification, subject classification, and geographical classification. What will happen if one doesn't do the correct cross-referencing? One, time will be lost when trying to get or trying to retrieve the information. Definitely when time is being lost, someone gets confused. You will then be disorganized. There's going to be lower productivity. You will get frustrated, and as a travel consultant, if you are frustrated, definitely you're going to have unhappy customers and possible loss of time. So if you don't do your cross-referencing in a correct way, expect to lose time, confusion, disorganization, lower productivity, frustration, unhappy customer, and possible loss of income, because when people are not happy, they will tend to change and go to other companies or suppliers that can be able to assist them. We will need equipment in order to do the filing. We will have filing cabinet, consensus files, alphabetical book files, hanging files, and spike files. So the equipment that we're going to use in order to do filing, it's filing cabinet, consensus files, alphabetical book files, hanging files, and spike files. So those are the equipment that we're going to use. We will then need to be able to arrange the files. Remember, with personal classification, geographical classification, and subject classification, by that we're actually classifying those documents to say, no, these documents, they belong to a certain person. We're going to classify them according to their names and surname. We've got documents that deals about subject, cruise, car rental. Those ones, they're gonna be classified under a subject. We will then have documents from places, South Africa, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and the likes. That is geographical classification. Then after classifying those documents, we need to be able to arrange them. So we also arrange documents in 3 ways. We've got alphabetical arrangement, or we arrange documents according to alphabet. We can arrange files according to numerical order. We can also arrange files in an alphanumerical order. So when we arrange files, we're going to arrange them alphabetical, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. We're going to arrange them in a numerical order, 1, 2, 3, document number 1, document number 2, document number 3, and the likes. We can also arrange files according to alphanumerical. That means we're going to have an alphabet and also a number. C1, A1, D12, D15, M13. So those are the orders that we need to arrange our document. Then how to store documents that they won't be damaged. We're going to store documents in a suitable way, logical, flexible, simple. Document must be accessible, economic, safe, durable, neat, and compact. Filing policies, we've got 5 steps of filing. Step number 1, there's going to be an instruction to the file. After getting the instruction, we will then sort the files. We do reference, we will cross-reference, and we will place them. So when filing, the steps in filing is that we will have the instruction to the file. They will tell us what to do with the file. We will then sort the file, do reference, cross-reference, and do the placing. Guidelines that will help us to dispatch information in a correct way. We need not to delay any filing. Make sure that the person asking the information has the authority to do so. Remove the whole file. Don't remove a paper or a piece from the file. Place an outcard if you have taken a file from a file cabinet to show that there's a file that was there and it has been taken. Don't walk around with files. Follow up on when files will be returned, because people, they tend to take files and then they don't return them. So when someone asks for a file, you must ask that person, when are you going to get back the file? Then we will then have to look at how information can be recorded on an outcard. So when someone take a file from the filing cabinet, we need to be able to put an outcard to show that there was a file there and that file has been taken out. So what must be written on the outcard? The number or the name of the file, the name and the contact of the person taking the file, signature of the person taking the file, the name of the person having the file, the date and time on which the files are removed, the expected date and time of return of the file, any copies that were made of documentation in the file. So when an outcard is put there, the outcard must have the following: the name or the number of the file, the name and the contact of the person taking the file, signature of the person taking the file, the name of the person having the file, the date and the time on which the files are removed, the expected date and time of the return of the files, and any copies that were made of the documentation.